Welcome back to
Did you miss us?
What the?
Did you miss us, man? It's good to be back. It feels good to be back. Go ahead.
Nah, you got it.
Oh, shoot, man. It's on you, man.
Golly. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of Panther Sports Zone. I'm your host, David Smith.
And I'm Zachary Gooden.
Good to see you, buddy. It's been a minute.
I know, man.
We took a hiatus over the fall.
It's been a little difficult.
We got a lot to talk about. A lot to catch up on. First of all, congratulations to the Bowlings, women's bowling team. They are back-to-back SWAC regular season champions.
Shout out to bowling.
Once again. They keep doing their thing. Shout out to Jada,
our director over there.
our director of the entire Panther News Network.
Because I can't bowl, so she can do it. So shout out to Jada.
Shout out to Jada.
The truth.
All right, going into men's baseball, they played Texas A&M tonight. Got out to a shaky start for the season. They went down to New Orleans, had the MLB tournament. Seen a lot of good, tough competition. That would be no different tonight at A&M, as they're one of the best baseball teams in the country.
Well, you know, it's the start of the season. You know, it's still early.
Yeah, it's still early.
They're supposed to play the harder teams. It's not, I mean, in hindsight, it's not going to look good for the first couple games, but we're PV. We always bounce back. So, you know, slow start for a strong finish when we get into SWAC play.
Right. Someone who's on the opposite side of that is the PV women's softball team. You know, they've won SWAC for like 2 years now, back to back, if I'm not mistaken. They finished runner-up at their Jeterman Classic after losing to Baylor, unfortunately, in the championship game. Congratulations to Cameron Laverns, excuse me if I'm saying your name wrong, and Gabrielle, as they were named Jeterman Classic All-Tournament Team. So congratulations to them too. They also play SFA today at 3 p.m.
Well, good luck to them. You know, SFA it's a little fun little rivalry between Prairie View and SFA. We're gonna represent for where we at? 832 Houston, whatever you call it.
No.
But from
Bro,
I'm not
what?
from up here. I'm from East Texas. So, but shout out to PVAMU women, and they're gonna do their thing.
Speaking of rivalries, it seems like we picked up a new rivalry against Jackson State. We played Jackson State basketball team. Came out with the dub 70-61. One of the notable players on the team is Gerard Andrews, who was named SWAC Player of the Week.
Man, you know, I've been on the sideline getting pictures and images of the team, and them boys look solid. And
Solid.
I don't even consider it a rivalry with Jackson State. Jackson State, they just some haters, bro.
Right.
You know, and like, I mean.
It was good seeing them keep their composure.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they knew what they had on the line. You know,
'Cause
we're the
when
best team in SWAC right now, and there's no really clear second.
Yeah, like Jackson State had nothing to lose, so
Right.
it's like, why not try and take down PV while you can? And then, you know, they just threw out a couple of suspensions like today. I don't think any of our guys are suspended, but that just goes to show how we have a winner's mentality. You know, things have changed from when they won the SWAC last season. So, I mean, they're just trying to keep that going to win the SWAC again.
Right. Congratulations also to the women's basketball teams. They gave Jackson State women's team their first SWAC loss. They're actually first in the SWAC, Jackson State, so that was a big win for them. We're on a 3-win win streak right now with the women's team, and it seems like we can't really be slowed down right now, especially at home. Even for the men's, we're second in a winning streak of at-home wins.
Like 23,
yeah,
24?
it's 20, something like that, and that's throughout the entire country.
I think it's time that the country puts some respect on PVAMU men and women's basketball teams. 23-game winning streak. We're coming back on a 3-game winning streak for the women. You can't stop us. You can't stop it. It's the storm. We coming, and we coming hard. So y'all better give us some respect, or we gonna earn y'all respect.
Wise words from Stephen A. Smith Jr.
I don't even know about all that, but
Yeah,
man, gotta respect my school. Gotta respect my school.
Going into the track team, the National Indoors SWAC Championship I said that all wrong. The SWAC Indoors Championship is this Thursday and Friday in Birmingham, Alabama. Good luck to everybody on the women's and men's track team. Shout out to Tristan Hands and Sonny.
Yes, sir.
The best pole. Yeah,
roommates, the old roommates.
Yeah, the best pole vault people in the nation.
Better than I could ever do it.
Yeah, I wouldn't never pick up a pole.
I'm scared of heights. It don't work out well for me.
Especially if you don't do it right. That's your life.
It's gonna be a quick fall.
Right. But when we come back, we got some updated news on the Astros scandal. All-Star Weekend was this past weekend, and we got more from the NFL. This is the Panther Sports Zone.
Prairie View A&M University is about the students. Students don't just come here for the education. They come for the faculty, for the creativity, the camaraderie, an excellent standard of living, and the school spirit. They come here to gain something profound and to give something back. Students come for the tradition of excellence. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity.
Welcome back to the Panther Sports Zone.
Back.
To start off, we're going to talk about the Astros controversy and this cheating scandal. I got mixed feelings about it. I know my man, our other co-host, Cyril Neville, has probably the same thoughts on knowing him. But what is your take on it?
You know, when I first looked at the situation, because I'm not as in tune with baseball as I am with other sports, and you know, hearing Skip and Shannon talk about it on Undisputed, I'm kind of on the side of Skip. Like, you know, it's not, I don't think it's that much punishment necessary. There's some that should be given, but you know, they've been doing stuff like that since the 50s, like Skip said. So I mean, it's the fact that they was videotaping the stuff. Like, you know, if you remember the stuff, remember what's going on, remember the pitch counts and so on and so forth, that's one thing. But if you're sitting there recording it, that's when it becomes a problem. I mean, it's the same way as with Spygate in football, and just when the Patriots had their little incident with the Bengals being on the Bengals sideline. You know, the same thing would happen in the NBA and other sports. So I mean, so
you don't think that's not called film? That's like going back and studying what the pitchers throw, like on certain pitch counts. I don't really think that's cheating. I don't think they should be called out for it.
I don't think it. I don't.
It's not right and it's not wrong either.
It's like it's not right, it's not wrong. And I remember somebody said if you ain't cheating, you ain't winning. I mean, I don't really agree with it, but you know, it's something that people say. It's exactly. They was doing it in the 50s. They just didn't have. They didn't have.
It goes a lot. It goes on more than people think. Especially even with pine tar, like pitchers using pine tar. I think that's not for pitchers. It's like for the safety of the game. You got somebody throwing 105 and it slips away from you. You know, God forbid something bad. Yeah.
Like, no cap.
So I don't think they should really be punished for that. Being even, I don't know. We finna come back.
I don't know. It's
and get another ring. It don't matter.
It's embarrassing enough getting just getting exposed like that.
Because now the Little League World Series, like the league of the Little League World Series, they're not allowing no team to have the Astros name around the country. That's how big it is.
Now they might be just trying to disrespect Houston. I mean, because I don't think it was that deep, wasn't that serious, but it's neither here or there.
Yeah. Going into NFL, free agency is coming up March 20th, I think. Yeah. Some notable names is Dak Prescott, Drew Brees, Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady, Ryan Tannehill, Jadeveon Clowney, Amari Cooper, and more. So right off the bat, I think Drew Brees is going to re-sign with the Saints.
Yeah, that's
Tom Brady. Honestly, I think he's going to re-sign, but for one more year, just because he didn't win.
You know what? Yeah, Tom Brady. Yeah, he's gonna resign. Drew Brees gonna resign. I hope Dak leave because you know I'm not a Dallas fan by any shape of the word. I hope they go 0-16 next season. You know how I feel about that. But Jadeveon Clowney, that's interesting because he played pretty good for the Seahawks once they acquired him in the trade. I think. Who else did you say was on there?
Ryan Tannehill. He's gonna get a bag.
I think he's gonna re-sign. Marcus Mariota's gonna leave somewhere because I mean, you get your job replaced at when they were 2-4, and then Ryan Tannehill plays like a all-star quarterback. What are you gonna do with that? I think Marcus Mariota might go somewhere else, like Chicago, might go to the Bears, something like that, because they're leaning away from Mitchell Trubisky, and I think Marcus Mariota still has some talent to be a top-tier quarterback in this league. Maybe not even top-tier, just a good enough quarterback to take you at least 8-8 somewhere, and he can run. And Mitchell Trubisky really isn't much of a runner, and I think that gives them Chicago a dynamic that they need because you know they have a solid defense, they have a okay running game. It's just quarterback play isn't sufficient.
Speaking of All-Stars, when we come back, we got All-Star Weekend was this past weekend for the NBA. Aaron Gordon's robbery will be discussed definitely. This is the Panther Sports Zone.
Traditions are not made overnight. They are created through a legacy of excellence and a commitment to something much greater. For more than 135 years, Prairie View A&M University has provided students with a strong academic foundation, a unique college experience, and the opportunity to make their mark on the world. This is a place where friendships are formed, discoveries are made, and dreams are realized. This is Prairie View A&M University. Our tradition, your opportunity.
Welcome back to the Panther Sports Zone.
Hello.
Congratulations to Team LeBron.
That old
A
GOAT.
close
I
win.
love talking about that
Yeah.
GOAT, man. Shout out to that GOAT.
I love the new rules.
The format was amazing.
Right.
Did you get to watch the whole thing?
I did. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I caught the end.
I got to watch the whole thing while I was doing homework, and then it was a live fest. It was like just everybody was just having fun for the first
Everybody's
3 quarters.
competitive.
And then once that format hit, and they was like, you got to get to this, like them
Right.
boys started hooping, and when I tell you hooping, it looked like it was. What was that year? It was that year of like 2001 All-Star when young Kobe and AI and Shaq and all them, they was playing. You had the sideline cameras, and it was just such an intense and just love to watch. Like you see all these All-Stars playing. You see Giannis locking up LeBron. You see the game coming down to a point of free throw at that, and you see players.
Honestly, I wouldn't have finished it on a free throw though.
Yeah, that's what. Who said that? I think Giannis said that the game should end on a free throw. Yeah, I ain't gonna say I would have missed on purpose, but
when you got a game like that and then you just finish it with a free throw though, it don't feel the same.
It doesn't. It takes away from it. But then again, it's kind of a little bit of pressure too.
Right.
Just because it's
he missed
a
the
free
first
throw.
one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's free throw at the All-Star game. Like you're not supposed to miss free throws, especially at the All-Star game. So,
But speaking of before that, did you see the rising All-Stars with Zion, Ja Morant?
You know what? I didn't see the Rising. I think I was busy that day, but I ended up I seen the highlights of it, and I seen Zion jumping, and I seen all the memes and stuff on Twitter about like the New Orleans medical staff every time they see Zion jump for a dunk. That was scary, I guess. But I did watch the three-point contest and the dunking contest with impunity.
Yeah, I feel like Aaron Gordon got robbed. He shouldn't come back. They don't deserve him at all. You jump over a 7'7" man.
A man that makes Shaquille O'Neal look like a regular person. I think Aaron Gordon lost twice. I don't think this year's dunk contest compared to last year's dunk contest. I don't know what dunk contest is going to compare to last year's dunk contest. But when Derrick Jones hit that windmill between the legs dunk, I thought that would have won it then, but then Aaron Gordon came back and did an amazing dunk himself. And an underrated dunk that people didn't realize was pretty difficult was Dwight Howard's
the 360.
Dunk.
Yeah.
Was it a 360 standing?
He kind of
like he paused in midair. Do you know how hard that is? And then he's been out the game, out of the dunk contest for 10 years. So. That's something that didn't get enough credit. I think they gave that like a 43 or something like that. But I guess people didn't understand the degree of difficulty that came with that dunk.
Maybe because they seen me do it. We'll talk about that after the show.
What?
But yeah, since the All-Star weekend has passed, that means the second half of the season is coming up. Rockets obviously went small. Do you think they'll be able to keep up the pace that they've maintained?
Shoot, man, I almost cursed.
They haven't looked too bad.
They haven't looked too bad, but it was still the end of the first half of the season. Players were just trying to get to the All-Star break. I think they're sustained enough to get to the second round, maybe. But playing small ball when you get against teams
they're going to eventually have to run into the Lakers or somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And the Lakers and even the Clippers, they don't have as much height as the Lakers. And the Lakers, that first time they played them, I think Houston took advantage of the fact that LA, didn't know how to adjust to it properly. But after that first game, they got AD. I think he was in the post more, but he had to play defense on the perimeter more, and that put the Lakers at a disadvantage. And they still only lost by I think 6-7 points. So whenever the playoffs come around, you're gonna be able to key in on that stuff. And like having a 6'5" player at center and PJ Tucker against a 7'8" Anthony Davis, literally a mismatch all game because you're gonna have to double, and then when you double, they're gonna rotate. They make an extra pass. They're gonna have to rotate again, and somebody's gonna either get an open three or they're gonna get a drive for a dunk. So I think with the play of Russell Westbrook and the play of James Harden, it'll help them get through the first round. And that's going to be hard in and of itself because they're going to mess around and play the Utah Jazz or maybe even Portland if they can work their way back into it. But no, I don't think they'll sustain to win anything.
I agree. Going to the East though, KD is looking healthy. You seen the clip on Twitter? Do you think he'll be able to come back? I think he's going to come back right before playoffs.
Come back this season?
Right.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think he should come back. I don't think Steph should try and come back. I don't think Klay should try and come back.
Sure, Steph and Klay shouldn't.
Yeah,
they're
but
already
you
out.
see,
Yeah.
I just seen a video before we started of Steph putting up threes. So I think they should let them all sit because you don't want to risk. I mean, yeah, KD's been out for the whole season, but if you try and put him back in at playoffs and he mess around and hurts himself worse or the same, and he's out for a whole nother season, you just wasted 2 years of this man's contract. So
isn't Klay? This is Klay's last year, right?
Yeah, but I think he's gonna sign a supermax deal. He's gonna stay. But as far as Kevin Durant goes, I think if he just chills out, and because I don't even know I think Brooklyn's barely even in the playoffs.
No.
If that, they're not even in the playoffs, so there's no point. So I think they should just rest him, and then they'll come back to the season. You've seen how exciting the season was, so it'll be even more exciting whenever all the players are back and healthy.
I agree. Well, folks, that's all the news we got for you today. Once again, good luck to the baseball team out in A&M and the women's softball team at SFA. Congratulations once again to the bowling team and Jada. Rest in paradise, Kobe and Pop Smoke. This is David Smith.
This is Zachary Gooden
from the Panther Sports Zone.
Tuning out.